Search and Common Sense. Brian Lloyd. Primary search. If you read the mission statement of any fire department in the United States, there will be something in there about protecting or saving lives. One of the many reasons citizens look up to firefighters is because they believe that when they call us, we will show up and remove them from whatever precarious situation they are in, period. There are many ways we can accomplish this task, but on the fire ground, most citizens are found and removed from harm's way during the primary search. The primary search can be completed ahead of or in conjunction with fire suppression operations and is done in a rapid, systematic fashion by maintaining a balance of speed and efficiency. One of the things we practiced tirelessly during my time in the U.S. Army was land navigation. The rationale being that the first thing we must do is get where we were going, or all our training would be useless. The same logic applies to a primary search in that we must get where we are going as soon as possible by applying all the information we have gathered through dispatch, previous knowledge of the structure, bystander info, layout, and victim number/location, and a solid search size up. The primary search is often being completed in high stress or zero visibility conditions. So the goal is getting a thorough search of all occupiable areas completed as quickly as possible with a focus on checking known victim locations. With the information available from UL and specifically the Firefighter Rescue Survey, we now have actionable data that gives us verifiable information on where citizens are most often located by search and rescue crews. We know that victims are most often found in bedrooms during firefighter search and rescue operations, 45%, and other common locations include hallways, 9%, bathrooms, 6%, and family rooms, 16%. I have heard and been involved in many debates on the topic of search. We live in a time where information is more accessible than ever before, and between fire publications, social media, and the internet, there's a lot of information out there, and some of it is conflicting. It boils down to this: search is an assignment, and it is incumbent on the crew performing the search to decide what strategy they will employ and what tactics they will utilize to achieve their strategic goals based off actionable data, training, experience, departmental policy, and common sense. Asterisk note: speaking of the information that is out there, if you're willing to look, there are many great resources available, and I wanted to share a couple that have personally changed how I look at searching a structure. If you're looking for resources to assist you or your department, the Clackamas Fire District #OneRescue and Search document and the information/training put out by Inside Training LLC on tactical TICUs are both worth checking out. Primary search. All members on the search team should attempt to stay oriented inside the structure regardless of your role in the search. If searching without a line, ensure a charge hose line is between fire and search crew. Fire room is isolated, or at a minimum search crew knows location of fire and feels that a search is viable based off real-time information. If search locates the fire while looking for victims, attempt to isolate the fire room and relay location to fire attack. Talking during a search equals less is more. Don't be the guy who wants to constantly talk on the radio or hold a running dialogue while you're searching. Attempt to keep conversation to what is pertinent. You are listening for victims, calling out / making noise, and focusing on your search. Once victims are found, keep them as close to the ground as possible. Prioritize areas with highest likelihood of finding victims. Prior to entry, get low and scan room looking for victims and fire location / utilize TIC if applicable. If using a TIC during search, it should not be used while moving through the structure. Perform your scan, identify where you're going, lower the TIC, and move to that location. Use the TIC for an initial scan when entering the structure to keep track of your crew and to identify doors / windows that can be utilized as secondary means of egress for victim removal or emergencies. Ensure all members on the search team are briefed and understand the plan. This isn't a long process and can literally be done while moving to the structure. Oriented search. One member runs the team and will coordinate the search team actions while staying oriented to his/her location within the structure and continually maintaining crew accountability. As mentioned earlier, everyone should attempt to maintain their orientation within the structure as well. The team lead can / will perform the following. Oriented search. Stay at the door / threshold of a room and act as a waypoint for the member /s performing the search. If team lead has a TIC, he/she can quickly scan the room and relay pertinent information to the searcher. The team lead doesn't have to sit still. She can sweep/search the immediate area. Pay attention to both positive and negative interior conditions. Maintain visual or voice contact.